Hello everyone, and welcome back to Body Revival. It's wonderful to have you all here again. For those of you who are new, thank you for finding us, and for our loyal viewers, your continued support means the world. If you haven't already, please do hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any of our valuable health videos. We're committed to bringing you the information you need to live your healthiest, most vibrant life. And today, we're diving into a topic that affects millions worldwide. A topic that, when properly understood, can truly revolutionize your well-being. We're going to talk about something incredibly powerful. Something used in traditional medicine for centuries, a simple leaf that holds astonishing potential to combat two of the most pervasive health challenges of our time: high blood sugar and bad cholesterol. Now, why is this topic so incredibly important? Well, let's consider the landscape of global health. Diabetes and high blood pressure are not just medical terms, they are silent epidemics. Silently eroding the quality of life for an ever-increasing number of individuals. They are intertwined, often appearing together, and together, they form a dangerous duo that significantly raises the risk of heart disease, stroke, kidney failure, and even blindness. Imagine waking up every day knowing that your body isn't functioning optimally, that every meal, every moment of stress, every sedentary hour is potentially contributing to a future filled with medical complications. This isn't just about statistics, it's about real people, real lives. Real families impacted by these conditions. The burden on healthcare systems is immense, but more importantly, the personal toll, the daily struggles, the fear of what tomorrow might bring, these are the true measures of their impact. We're talking about conditions that can steal your energy, your vitality, your very independence. They can turn simple pleasures into anxious calculations, and they can transform a future full of promise into one shadowed by chronic illness. And the insidious nature of these conditions is that they often develop slowly, silently, without obvious warning signs until significant damage has already occurred. This is why awareness, early detection, and proactive management are not just recommended, they are absolutely crucial. This isn't a fleeting trend or a medical fad. This is about fundamental physiological processes that, when out of balance, can have devastating consequences. We're talking about the very fuel that powers your cells, the very pressure that circulates your blood. Two pillars of health that, when compromised, can lead to a domino effect of serious complications throughout your entire body. To put this into perspective, let's look at some sobering facts. The International Diabetes Federation estimates that in 2021, approximately 537 million adults aged 20 to 79 years were living with diabetes. That's roughly 1 in 10 adults. And by 2045, this number is projected to rise to 783 million. Think about that, almost 800 million people living with a chronic condition that, if not managed, can lead to severe health issues. And it's not just adults. Increasingly, we're seeing type 2 diabetes, once primarily an adult-onset disease, appearing in children and adolescents. This is a clear indicator of shifting lifestyles and dietary patterns. When it comes to high blood pressure, or hypertension, the numbers are even more staggering. The World Health Organization reports that an estimated 1.28 billion adults aged 30 to 79 years worldwide have hypertension, and a significant portion of them are unaware of their condition. High blood pressure is often called the silent killer, precisely because it rarely presents with noticeable symptoms, until it has reached a critical stage, silently damaging arteries and vital organs. These aren't just abstract figures. They represent a global health crisis, a growing challenge that demands our attention, our understanding, and our proactive engagement. The financial cost associated with managing these conditions, including medications, hospitalizations, and lost productivity, runs into hundreds of billions of dollars annually. But beyond the economics, consider the human cost, the reduced quality of life, the limitations on daily activities, the emotional toll on individuals and their caregivers. It's a heavy price to pay, and the good news is that we have tools, natural tools, that can help us mitigate these risks and even reverse some of the damage. This is why the information we're sharing today is so vital. It's not just about treating symptoms. It's about understanding the root causes and empowering you with knowledge that can truly make a difference in your life. We're talking about a natural solution, one that has stood the test of time, and one that offers a glimmer of hope in the face of these widespread health challenges. So, stay with me, because what we're about to unveil could be a game changer for your health. Let's begin by delving deeper into the signs and symptoms associated with high blood sugar and bad cholesterol, because recognizing these early warning signals is absolutely paramount. One of the primary indicators of high blood sugar, particularly in the early stages of type 2 diabetes, is frequent urination, especially at night, coupled with increased thirst. Imagine this scenario: you find yourself getting up multiple times during the night to use the bathroom, disrupting your sleep and leaving you feeling fatigued the next day. This isn't just an inconvenience. It's your body attempting to flush out excess glucose through your kidneys. When your blood sugar levels are elevated, your kidneys go into overdrive, trying to filter out the extra sugar. This process pulls more water from your body, leading to increased urine output. And with that increased urination comes dehydration, triggering an intense, almost insatiable thirst. You might find yourself constantly reaching for water, but no matter how much you drink, you still feel parched. This can be a subtle change at first, something you might dismiss as simply drinking more water or a minor bladder issue. However, if these symptoms persist and become more pronounced, they are strong signals that your blood sugar levels might be dangerously high. Because here is straightforward. Your body's cells aren't effectively taking up glucose from your bloodstream, either due to insufficient insulin production or insulin resistance, meaning your cells aren't responding properly to the insulin your body does produce. This leaves glucose circulating in your blood at elevated levels, leading to the kidney's desperate attempt to excrete it. If these signs are ignored, the consequences can be severe. Persistent high blood sugar can lead to kidney damage over time, potentially progressing to chronic kidney disease and even kidney failure, requiring dialysis or a transplant. It can also damage the tiny blood vessels in your eyes, leading to diabetic retinopathy, a leading cause of blindness. Furthermore, nerve damage or neuropathy can develop, causing tingling, numbness, or pain, particularly in the hands and feet. This can lead to serious complications like foot ulcers and infections that, in extreme cases, may even necessitate amputation. Think of it as a slow, insidious attack on your body's delicate systems, where every day of unmanaged high blood sugar chips away at your vital organs. It's a silent, progressive decline that, without intervention, can steal your sight, your mobility, and ultimately, your very independence. So, if you're noticing yourself making more frequent trips to the bathroom, especially at night, and feeling unusually thirsty, don't brush it off. It's your body speaking to you, and it's time to listen. Another critical sign, often overlooked, is unexplained weight loss or weight gain. Let's consider weight loss first. While many people desire to lose weight, rapid and unexplained weight loss without any change in diet or exercise can be a red flag for high blood sugar. You might think, great, I'm finally shedding those extra pounds. But if you're not actively trying to lose weight and the numbers on the scale are dropping unexpectedly, it could be a sign that your body isn't able to use glucose for energy. Instead, it starts breaking down muscle and fat for fuel, leading to weight loss even if you're eating normally. This is particularly common in type 1 diabetes, but it can also occur in type 2. Imagine a scenario where you're eating your usual meals, perhaps even more, yet you're steadily losing weight, feeling tired, and constantly hungry. This isn't a healthy weight loss. It's a symptom of your body struggling to access its primary energy source. Conversely, unexplained weight gain, particularly around the abdomen, can be a sign of insulin resistance and often accompanies high cholesterol. When your cells become resistant to insulin, your body compensates by producing more insulin. High insulin levels can promote fat storage, especially in the abdominal area, leading to what's often referred to as belly fat. This visceral fat, the fat surrounding your organs, is particularly dangerous as it releases inflammatory substances that contribute to insulin resistance and increase the risk of heart disease. Consider someone who finds themselves steadily gaining weight, despite efforts to eat healthily and exercise, and this weight gain seems to settle predominantly around their waistline. This could be a clear indication of metabolic dysfunction. The cause for both scenarios stems from the body's impaired ability to regulate glucose and fat metabolism. In the case of unexplained weight loss, the body is essentially starving at a cellular level, despite adequate food intake. With unexplained weight gain, the body is storing excess energy as fat due to hormonal imbalances caused by insulin resistance. If these weight changes are ignored, the consequences extend beyond mere aesthetic. Unexplained weight loss can signal a severe metabolic imbalance that, if left unaddressed, can lead to malnutrition, muscle wasting, and a weakened immune system, making you vulnerable to infections. Unexplained weight gain, particularly abdominal obesity, significantly increases your risk of developing not only type 2 diabetes and high cholesterol, but also heart disease, stroke, sleep apnea, and certain types of cancer. It creates a vicious cycle where increasing fat stores further exacerbate insulin resistance and inflammation, making it even harder to manage your health. So, if your weight is fluctuating dramatically without a clear reason, or if you're experiencing stubborn abdominal weight gain, it's a signal from your body that something isn't right with your metabolic processes. Pay attention to these subtle yet significant shifts. Next, let's talk about persistent fatigue and blurry vision, two seemingly disparate symptoms that are often linked to elevated blood sugar and can also be exacerbated by poor cardiovascular health. Imagine waking up after a full night's sleep, yet feeling as though you haven't rested at all. You might experience a constant, pervasive tiredness that no amount of coffee or napping seems to alleviate. This isn't just feeling a bit tired after a long day. This is a profound lack of energy that interferes with your daily activities, making even simple tasks feel like monumental efforts. The underlying cause of this fatigue in the context of high blood sugar is multifaceted. Firstly, your cells aren't getting the glucose they need for energy, even though it's abundant in your bloodstream. It's like having a full tank of gas but a clogged fuel line. The energy is there, but it can't reach its destination. Secondly, the frequent urination mentioned earlier disrupts sleep, contributing to exhaustion. Thirdly, inflammation, which is often elevated in individuals with high blood sugar and cholesterol, can also contribute to chronic fatigue. Alongside this debilitating fatigue, you might notice your vision becoming intermittently blurry. One day you might struggle to read a street sign, and the next, your vision seems perfectly fine, only to blur again hours later. This fluctuating vision is a classic symptom of high blood sugar. The excess sugar in your bloodstream can cause fluid to shift in and out of the lenses of your eyes, leading to temporary changes in their shape and affecting your ability to focus. This isn't an issue with your eyesight itself, but rather a direct consequence of your blood sugar levels being out of whack. It's like looking through a lens that keeps changing its prescription. If these symptoms are ignored, the consequences can be serious. Chronic fatigue can severely impact your quality of life, your productivity, and your mental well-being, leading to feelings of frustration, sadness, and even depression. It can make it challenging to engage in physical activity, which is crucial for managing blood sugar and cholesterol, thus creating a negative feedback loop. As for blurry vision, if high blood sugar remains uncontrolled, it can lead to more permanent and severe eye damage, including diabetic retinopathy, as we touched upon earlier. This condition can progress to the point of causing irreversible vision loss, or even blindness due to damaged blood vessels in the retina. It can also increase the risk of cataracts and glaucoma at an earlier age. So, if you're experiencing persistent exhaustion that doesn't resolve with rest, and your vision is playing tricks on you, appearing blurry one moment and clear the next, these are significant warning signs that your body is under stress due to elevated blood sugar levels. Don't dismiss them as just getting old or needing more sleep. They are signals that require your immediate attention and investigation. Moving on, let's address recurrent infections and slow, healing sores, both of which are common and troubling manifestations of elevated blood sugar. Imagine finding yourself frequently battling infections, whether it's urinary tract infections, yeast infections, skin infections, or even simple cuts and scrapes that just don't seem to heal. These aren't isolated incidents, they're a recurring pattern that signals a compromised immune system. High blood sugar creates an environment in your body that is ripe for bacterial and fungal growth. Sugar acts as a fuel source for these pathogens, allowing them to multiply more rapidly. Furthermore, high blood sugar impairs the function of your white blood cells, the very cells responsible for fighting off infections. It's like sending your army into battle with dulled weapons and insufficient training. The result is that your body struggles to mount an effective defense against even common microbes, leaving you vulnerable to a cascade of infections. A real-life example might be someone who experiences repeated yeast infections or notices that a small cut on their finger takes weeks to heal, becoming red, swollen, and sometimes even infected. This slow healing is directly linked to the damage high blood sugar inflicts on blood vessels and nerves, which are essential for wound repair. Good blood flow is crucial for delivering oxygen and nutrients to a wound, and healthy nerves are needed for proper sensation and signaling in the healing process. When these systems are compromised, even minor injuries can become chronic, non-healing wounds, making them susceptible to serious infections. The cause here is multifaceted: the direct, nourishing effect of sugar on pathogens, the impaired immune response, and the microvascular and neurological damage that impedes the body's natural healing capabilities. If these signs are ignored, the consequences can be incredibly dire. Recurrent infections can lead to a state of chronic inflammation, further exacerbating other health issues. They can also lead to more severe and systemic infections, potentially requiring hospitalization and strong antibiotics. For slow healing sores, especially on the feet, the risk is particularly high for individuals with diabetes. These can progress to ulcers, which if left untreated, can become deeply infected, leading to gangrene and, tragically, requiring amputation. This is not a rare occurrence, Diabetic foot complications are a leading cause of non-traumatic lower limb amputations worldwide. The impact extends beyond physical pain and disability. It can lead to significant psychological distress, loss of mobility, and a drastic reduction in quality of life. So, if you're noticing an unusual frequency of infections, or if your cuts and scrapes are taking an uncharacteristically long time to heal, these are not minor annoyances. They are urgent warnings from your body that your blood sugar levels are out of control and that your immune system and healing processes are severely compromised. These are signs that demand immediate medical attention. Finally, let's turn our attention to high cholesterol, specifically elevated levels of bad cholesterol or LDL cholesterol and triglycerides. While often asymptomatic in its early stages, there are subtle manifestations that, when combined with other risk factors, should raise a red flag. One such sign, though less common and typically seen in more advanced cases of hypercholesterolemia, is the presence of xanthomas or xanthelasmas. Xanthomas are fatty deposits that can appear as yellowish lumps or nodules under the skin, often on the elbows, knees, buttocks, or tendons. Xanthelasmas are similar yellowish patches that occur on or around the eyelids. While these are physical manifestations, their presence indicates significantly high cholesterol levels that have been present for an extended period, leading to these visible deposits. A more common and insidious manifestation, however, is the silent damage occurring within your arteries, atherosclerosis. This isn't something you can see or feel directly until it's quite advanced, but it's the fundamental problem associated with high bad cholesterol. It's a progressive disease where cholesterol, along with other fatty substances, calcium, and cellular waste, builds up in the inner lining of your arteries, forming plaques. Imagine the inside of your arteries becoming progressively narrower and harder, like old, corroded pipes. This plaque buildup stiffens and narrows your arteries, restricting blood flow to your organs and tissues. While you won't feel the plaque forming, the consequences of reduced blood flow can manifest in various ways, though often only when the disease is advanced. For instance, if the arteries supplying your heart become significantly narrowed, you might experience angina, a chest pain or discomfort that occurs when your heart muscle doesn't get enough oxygen. If the arteries to your legs are affected, you might experience claudication, pain or cramping in your legs during exercise that eases with rest. The cause of high bad cholesterol is multifaceted, involving a combination of genetics, diet, and lifestyle. Diets high in saturated and trans fats, lack of physical activity, smoking, and excessive alcohol consumption all contribute to elevated LDL and triglycerides, while often lowering good HDL cholesterol. Genetic predisposition also plays a significant role in how efficiently your body processes cholesterol. If these signs in the underlying high cholesterol are ignored, the consequences are catastrophic. The most severe outcomes are heart attack and stroke. A heart attack occurs when a plaque in a coronary artery ruptures, forming a blood clot that completely blocks blood flow to a part of the heart muscle. A stroke occurs when blood flow to a part of the brain is interrupted, either by a clot or a ruptured blood vessel. High cholesterol also contributes to peripheral artery disease (PAD), where arteries in the limbs narrow, leading to pain, numbness, and in severe cases, non-healing wounds and even limb loss. It increases the risk of kidney disease, as the arteries supplying the kidneys can also become narrowed. Essentially, unchecked high cholesterol is a ticking time bomb for your cardiovascular system, leading to widespread damage to your arteries and significantly increasing your risk of life-threatening events. Early detection, often through routine blood tests checking cholesterol levels, is crucial, as symptoms rarely appear until severe damage has occurred. So, while you might not feel high cholesterol, understanding its silent impact and recognizing its potential subtle manifestations, especially in conjunction with other risk factors, is vital for safeguarding your long-term health. Now that we've explored the critical signs and symptoms associated with high blood sugar and bad cholesterol, the question naturally arises, what can we do about it? And this is where the incredible power of nature, specifically a remarkable leaf that has been cherished in traditional medicine for centuries, truly shines. We're talking about the humble yet extraordinary Moringa oleifera leaf. Yes, that's right, the Moringa leaf. You might have heard of it, perhaps as a superfood, but its profound impact on blood sugar and cholesterol management is often understated and truly deserves our full attention. This isn't some fleeting trend or a newly discovered miracle. It's a plant with a long, documented history of therapeutic use, backed by a growing body of modern scientific research. So, how does this leaf work its magic, and how can you incorporate it into your life to potentially destroy high blood sugar and bad cholesterol? Let's break it down, starting with its astounding effects on blood sugar. Moringa is rich in compounds like isothiocyanates, polyphenols, and flavonoids, which are potent antioxidants and anti-inflammatory agents. But more specifically, for blood sugar regulation, it contains compounds such as chlorogenic acid and quercetin, which have been studied for their ability to lower blood glucose levels. Chlorogenic acid, for instance, has been shown to reduce glucose absorption in the gut and improve insulin sensitivity. Insulin sensitivity is key. It means your body's cells are more responsive to insulin, allowing them to efficiently take up glucose from your bloodstream and use it for energy, rather than letting it accumulate to dangerous levels. Imagine your cells as tiny doors that need a key's insulin to open and allow sugar inside. In insulin resistance, these doors become rusty and don't open easily. Moringa, in essence, helps to oil those rusty hinges, making the key work more effectively. Furthermore, moringa has been observed to help reduce oxidative stress, which is a major contributor to insulin resistance and damage to pancreatic beta cells, the cells responsible for producing insulin. By combating oxidative stress, moringa helps protect these vital cells and supports healthy insulin production. Now, how can you practically apply this? Incorporating moringa into your daily routine is surprisingly easy and versatile. The most common and effective way is to use moringa leaf powder. You can find this readily available online or in health food stores. A practical dosage often recommended in studies is around 1 to 2 teaspoons of dried leaf powder per day. But it's always wise to start with a smaller amount and gradually increase to see how your body responds. You can simply mix this powder into your morning smoothie, blending it with fruits and vegetables to mask its slightly earthy taste. It dissolves well and adds a nutritional boost, without significantly altering the flavor of your favorite smoothie. Another excellent way is to stir it into a glass of water or juice. For those who enjoy savory options, you can sprinkle moringa powder over your salads, stir it into soups, or even add it to your scrambled eggs. Some people even make moringa tea by steeping the dried leaves or powder in hot water for a few minutes. The key is consistency. Make it a part of your daily ritual, just like you would take a vitamin or brush your teeth. The effects aren't instantaneous. This is about supporting your body's natural mechanisms over time to achieve sustainable blood sugar control. Important notes when applying. Firstly, while moringa is incredibly beneficial, it is now to substitute for prescribed diabetes medication. If you are currently on medication for high blood sugar, continue to take it as directed by your doctor. Moringa should be seen as a complementary therapy, working alongside your conventional treatment, not replacing it. It's crucial to monitor your blood sugar levels regularly, especially when you start incorporating moringa, as it can lower blood sugar, and adjustments to your medication might be necessary under medical supervision. Secondly, pregnant or breastfeeding women should consult their doctor before using moringa, as its effects in these specific populations are not yet fully established. Thirdly, be mindful of the source of your moringa powder. Ensure it's from a reputable supplier, preferably organic, to avoid contaminants. The effect you can expect is a gradual stabilization of blood sugar levels, potentially reducing post-meal spikes and improving overall glycemic control. This can lead to increased energy, reduced fatigue, and a lower risk of developing or progressing diabetes-related complications. It's about empowering your body to better manage its glucose, moving towards a state of metabolic balance. Beyond blood sugar, moringa offers remarkable benefits for managing bad cholesterol, particularly LDL cholesterol and triglycerides. This is another area where its rich array of bioactive compounds shines. Moringa contains powerful antioxidants, including quercetin and camphorol, which help to prevent the oxidation of LDL cholesterol. Why is this important? Because it's oxidized LDL cholesterol that is particularly damaging to your arterial walls, initiating the process of atherosclerosis, where plaque builds up and hardens your arteries. By preventing this oxidation, moringa acts as a protective shield for your cardiovascular system. Furthermore, studies suggest that moringa can help reduce the absorption of cholesterol from the gut and increase its excretion, effectively lowering the overall cholesterol load in your body. It also appears to influence liver enzymes involved in cholesterol synthesis, potentially helping to regulate the body's own production of cholesterol. Imagine a natural agent that not only helps clean up existing cholesterol, but also prevents new harmful cholesterol from forming and getting deposited in your arteries. That's the power we're talking about with moringa. In terms of practical application for cholesterol management, the approach is similar to that for blood sugar control: consistent daily intake of moringa leaf powder. Again, 1 to 2 teaspoons per day mixed into smoothies, water, or food can be a good starting point. You can also explore moringa capsules if you prefer a more convenient option, though the powder form offers greater flexibility in dosage and integration into various dishes. Consider adding it to your morning oatmeal, stirring it into a yogurt, or even incorporating it into homemade salad dressings. The goal is to make it a seamless part of your daily nutritional intake, allowing its beneficial compounds to work synergistically over time. Remember, the effects on cholesterol, like blood sugar, are gradual and cumulative. This isn't a quick fix, but a sustained effort that yields lasting benefits. Important notes for cholesterol management with Moringa. Just as with blood sugar, if you are currently on statins or other cholesterol-lowering medications, continue taking them as prescribed. Moringa is a complementary tool, not a replacement. Regular monitoring of your cholesterol levels through blood tests is essential. Your doctor will be able to assess the impact of Moringa, along with your other lifestyle changes, on your lipid profile and make any necessary adjustments to your medication. Be transparent with your healthcare provider about any supplements you are taking, including Moringa. The expected effect is a gradual reduction in LDL cholesterol and triglyceride levels, and potentially an improvement in your overall lipid profile, contributing to a healthier cardiovascular system. This translates to a reduced risk of heart disease, stroke, and other atherosclerosis-related complications. It's about building a strong defense against the silent killer that is high cholesterol, one simple leaf at a time. Now, while Moringa is a truly powerful ally, it's crucial to understand that it works best when integrated into a holistic approach to health. It's not a magic bullet that allows you to continue unhealthy lifestyle choices without consequence. To truly destroy high blood sugar and bad cholesterol, we need to address the broader picture of diet, exercise, and overall lifestyle. Let's talk about diet first, because what you put into your body is arguably the most significant factor influencing these conditions. The cornerstone of a diet aimed at managing blood sugar and cholesterol is focusing on whole, unprocessed foods. Think about what our ancestors ate, not what was invented in a factory. This means prioritizing fresh fruits and vegetables, and I mean a lot of them. Aim for a rainbow of colors every day to ensure you're getting a wide range of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. These are packed with fiber, which is incredibly beneficial. Fiber slows down the absorption of sugar, preventing those dangerous blood sugar spikes after meals. It also helps bind to cholesterol in the digestive tract, preventing its absorption and aiding in its excretion. Next, emphasize lean proteins. Think poultry, fish, legumes like beans and lentils, and tofu. These help you feel full, stabilize blood sugar, and provide essential building blocks for your body without adding excessive saturated fat. Complex carbohydrates are your friends, not your enemies. Choose whole grains like oats, brown rice, quinoa, and whole wheat bread over refined grains. These provide sustained energy, and again are rich in fiber. Crucially, you need to drastically limit or eliminate processed foods, sugary drinks, and excessive saturated and trans fats. Processed foods are often loaded with hidden sugars, unhealthy fats, and sodium, all of which contribute to insulin resistance, inflammation, and high cholesterol. Sugary sodas, fruit juices with added sugar, and sweet treats cause rapid blood sugar spikes and contribute to weight gain. Saturated fats, found in red meat, full, fat dairy, and many processed snacks, directly raise LDL cholesterol. Trans fats, often found in fried foods and baked goods, are even worse, as they not only raise LDL but also lower beneficial HDL cholesterol. A real-life example of a dietary change could be swapping out your morning sugary cereal for a bowl of oatmeal with berries and a sprinkle of nuts, or replacing that afternoon soda with water infused with lemon or cucumber. Instead of a greasy fast food meal, opt for grilled chicken with a large salad and a side of quinoa. These small, consistent changes add up to monumental shifts in your health. The effect of these dietary changes is profound sustained weight management, improved insulin sensitivity, lower blood sugar levels, and a significant reduction in LDL cholesterol and triglycerides. It's not about deprivation, it's about smart, conscious choices that nourish your body and empower it to heal. Moving on to exercise, it's not just about losing weight. It's a powerful medicine for managing blood sugar and cholesterol. Regular physical activity has a direct and immediate impact on your body's ability to use glucose. When you exercise, your muscles take up more glucose from your bloodstream for energy, even without the need for insulin. This effectively lowers your blood sugar levels. Furthermore, consistent exercise improves insulin sensitivity, making your body more efficient at utilizing insulin. It also helps reduce visceral fat, that dangerous belly fat we discussed, which is highly linked to insulin resistance and metabolic syndrome. For cholesterol, exercise, particularly aerobic exercise, helps raise your good HDL cholesterol and can lower triglycerides. It also plays a role in maintaining a healthy weight, which is crucial for both blood sugar and cholesterol management. The advice here is practical. Aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity aerobic activity per week, or 75 minutes of vigorous intensity activity. Moderate intensity means you can still talk but not sing. Think brisk walking, swimming, cycling, or dancing. Vigorous intensity means you're breathing hard and can only say a few words at a time, like jogging, running, or high-intensity interval training. Don't feel overwhelmed. Start small and build up gradually. If you're currently sedentary, even a 10-minute walk after each meal can make a significant difference. Try incorporating strength training at least twice a week. Lifting weights or doing bodyweight exercises helps build muscle mass, and more muscle means your body is better at burning glucose. A real-life example might be scheduling a 30-minute brisk walk during your lunch break, or signing up for a beginner's yoga class a couple of times a week. If you have a sedentary job, set a timer to remind yourself to get up and move every hour, even if it's just for a few minutes. The effects are immense: improved blood sugar control, lower A1C levels, better cholesterol profiles, increased energy, and a reduced risk of cardiovascular disease. It's about igniting your metabolism and empowering your body's natural ability to regulate these vital markers. Remember, consistency is more important than intensity when you're starting out. Find activities you enjoy, because you're more likely to stick with them. Beyond diet and exercise, regular health check-ups and stress management are absolutely vital components of destroying high blood sugar and bad cholesterol. Regular check-ups are your early warning system. Many people only see a doctor when they're feeling unwell, but for conditions like high blood sugar and cholesterol, symptoms often don't appear until significant damage has occurred. Annual physicals, including blood tests for glucose and lipid panels, are non-negotiable. They allow your doctor to identify any developing issues early on, when they are much easier to manage and reverse. A real-life example could be catching prediabetes before it escalates to full-blown type 2 diabetes, or identifying elevated LDL cholesterol before it leads to significant plaque buildup in your arteries. Your doctor can interpret your numbers, discuss your risk factors, and help you create a personalized plan, which might include lifestyle modifications, medication, or a combination of both. Don't wait for symptoms. Proactively seek information about your health numbers. Stress management is another often underestimated factor. When you're stressed, your body releases hormones like cortisol, which can elevate blood sugar levels and increase insulin resistance. Chronic stress can also lead to unhealthy coping mechanisms, such as emotional eating of sugary or fatty foods, which further exacerbate the problem. It's a vicious cycle. Therefore, finding healthy ways to manage stress is crucial. This could include mindfulness practices like meditation or deep breathing exercises, spending time in nature, engaging in hobbies you enjoy, practicing yoga, or simply setting aside time each day for relaxation. Even a few minutes of conscious breathing can make a difference. A simple example. If you find yourself feeling overwhelmed, take 5 deep breaths, slowly inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. This simple act can calm your nervous system and help lower cortisol levels. The effect of consistent check-ups and effective stress management is immense. Early detection and intervention, prevention of complications, and an overall improvement in your physical and mental well-being, directly contributing to better blood sugar and cholesterol control. These aren't just add-ons, they are integral parts of a truly comprehensive health strategy. In summary, the journey to destroying high blood sugar and bad cholesterol begins with awareness, fueled by the power of nature, and sustained by conscious lifestyle choices. We've talked about the incredible potential of the Moringa oleifera leaf, a centuries-old remedy now being recognized by modern science for its ability to help regulate blood sugar and reduce harmful cholesterol. We've seen how its unique compounds work to improve insulin sensitivity, reduce glucose absorption, and protect your cardiovascular system from oxidative damage. But remember, this powerful leaf is most effective when integrated into a holistic health strategy. We began by emphasizing the critical importance of recognizing the early warning signs, the persistent thirst and frequent urination signaling high blood sugar, the unexplained weight fluctuations, the debilitating fatigue, the blurry vision, and the frustratingly slow healing infections. We also discussed the silent threat of high cholesterol, with its insidious buildup of plaque within your arteries. These are not minor inconveniences. They are your body's urgent signals that something is out of balance, and they demand your attention. Ignoring these signs can lead to severe and irreversible complications, from kidney damage and blindness to heart attacks and strokes. The cost, both personal and societal, is immense. But the good news, the truly inspiring message, is that you have the power to change this trajectory. By incorporating powerful natural allies like the Moringa leaf into your daily routine, you are providing your body with a potent tool to support its natural regulatory mechanisms. And by coupling this with fundamental lifestyle changes, embracing a diet rich in whole, unprocessed foods, engaging in regular physical activity that you enjoy, prioritizing consistent health check ups, and actively managing your stress, you are not just treating symptoms. You are addressing the root causes. You are proactively building resilience within your body, empowering it to resist the onslaught of these modern epidemics. This isn't about fleeting diets or extreme exercise regimes. It's about sustainable, positive shifts in your daily habits that accumulate over time to create profound, lasting health transformations. It's about taking control, making informed choices, and reclaiming your vitality. So, I urge you, don't wait for a crisis. Don't let these silent conditions steal your future. Take the proactive steps discussed today. Explore the benefits of Moringa, carefully, thoughtfully, and in consultation with your healthcare provider. Re-evaluate your plate, get moving, find healthy ways to de-stress, and prioritize those crucial regular check-ups. Your body is an incredible machine, capable of remarkable healing and adaptation, but it needs your support, your conscious effort, and your commitment. Embrace this knowledge, embrace a positive lifestyle, and embark on a journey towards renewed health and boundless energy. Your well-being is your most valuable asset, and it's time to invest in it wisely. Thank you so much for watching this entire video. Your dedication to your health is truly inspiring, and it's why we do what we do here at Body Revival. If you found this information valuable, please do us a favor and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on those notification bells so you don't miss out on our next deep dive into vital health topics. We are constantly working to bring you the latest, most practical, and most empowering health insights. And we want you to be the first to know. Share this video with your friends and family too. You never know who might benefit from this life-changing information. Until next time, stay healthy, stay vibrant, and we'll see you again soon.